There's a passage from A Course in Miracles that I wanted to share with you guys this morning. It's called Recognizing the Spirit. And it reminded me simply of this cell picture, recognizing either your body for a body when you go look in the mirror, or remembering who you truly are. Faith is your fortune, in remembering that your body is created of trillions of cells. Every single cell goes through a process called cellular respiration. And when you are recognizing the spirit of your body and of each cell, you are remembering that prioritizing the mitochondria function is so important. Without the mitochondria function, we have disease states and we have an increased risk of cancer development and fatigue because mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell. So anyway, this is Recognizing the Spirit from A Course in Miracles. It says, you see the flesh or recognize the spirit. There is no compromise between the two. If one is real, the other must be false, for what is real denies its opposite. There is no choice in vision but this one. What you decide in this determines all you see and think is real and hold as true. On this one decision does all your world depend, for here you have established what you are, as flesh or spirit, in your own belief. If you choose flesh, you never will escape the body as your own reality, for you have chosen that you want it so. But choose the spirit, and all heaven bends to touch your eyes and bless your holy sight, that you may see the world of flesh no more except to heal and comfort and to bless. Salvation is undoing. If you choose to see the body, you behold a world of separation, unrelated things, and happenings that make no sense at all. This one appears and disappears in death. That one is doomed to suffering and loss. And no one is exactly as he was an instant previous, nor will he be the same as he is now an instant hence. Who could have trust where there is so much change is seen? For who is worthy if he be but dust? Salvation is undoing all of this, for constancy arises in the sight of those whose eyes salvation has released from looking at the cost of keeping guilt, because they chose to let it go instead. Salvation does not ask that you behold the spirit and perceive the body not. It merely asks that you should that this should be your choice. For you can see a body without help, but do not understand how to behold a world apart from it. It is your world salvation will undo, and let you see another world your eyes could never find. Be not concerned how this could ever be. You do not understand how what you see arose to meet your sight. For if you did, it would be gone. The veil of ignorance is drawn across the evil and the good, and must be passed that both may disappear, so that perception finds no hiding place. How is this done? It is not done at all. What could there be within the universe that God created that must still be done? Only in arrogance could you conceive that you must make the way to heaven plain. The means are given you by which to see the world that will replace the one you made. Your will be done. In heaven as on earth, this is forever true. It matters not where you believe you are, nor what you think the truth about yourself must really be. It makes no difference what you look upon, nor what you choose to feel or think or wish, for God himself has said, your will be done, and it is done to you accordingly. You who would believe that you can choose to see the Son of God as you would have him be, forget not that no concept of yourself will stand against the truth of what you are. Undoing truth would be impossible, but concepts are not difficult to change. One vision clearly seen that does not fit the picture as it was perceived before will change the world for eyes that learn to see, because the concept of the self has changed. Are you invulnerable? Then the world is harmless in your sight. Do you forgive? Then is the world forgiving, for you have forgiven its trespasses, and so it looks on you with the eyes that see as yours. Are you a body? So is all the world perceived as treacherous and out to kill. Are you a spirit, deathless and without the promise of corruption and the stain of sin upon you? So the world is seen as stable, fully worthy of your trust, a happy place to rest in for a while, where nothing need be feared but only loved. Who is unwelcome to the kind in heart, and what could hurt the truly innocent? Your will be done, you holy child of God. It does not matter if you think you are in heaven. It does not matter if you think you are in earth or heaven. What your Father wills of you can never change. The truth in you remains as radiant as a star, as pure as light, as innocent as love itself, and you are worthy that your will be done. So beautiful. In recognizing the Spirit, again, just recognizing the light that you carry. It says that we can only see the world as an ugly place when we perceive that of ourselves already. So like when you, every single day, every single morning, the biochemical cascade happens, the biochemistry happens, testosterone or cortisol, heaven or hell, confidence or self-doubt, relaxation or tension in the body. Every single day we have this opportunity to shape who we are in the world, and because we are in the world physically, we have certain nutritional standards to feed our bodies through the amino and the fatty acids. And one of my favorite people to look at for nutrition is Dr. Mary Newport, who studied fatty acids for her husband Steve, who was getting Alzheimer's dementia really early in his 50s. And if you don't know, Alzheimer's dementia is diabetes type 3, and it's occurring in people earlier and earlier and earlier. Just how in children, puberty is happening earlier and earlier and earlier. A lot of it has to do with the food, obviously. Food is our most powerful medicine. And so I wanted to also mention, I met this person, I work at a restaurant, and I meet a lot of people. I met this person yesterday they had this sweatshirt on, and it was their business, and it was health related, and they were talking about how they have a vitamin company and how they work to get people to intake more vitamins. And I was saying, oh yeah, it's very interesting, like most people are vitamin deficient in some way, because we're not necessarily vitamin deficient. Some of us is more like our stress response is turned on, that speed racer frequency is turned on, and so we deplete at a very fast rate. So meditation practice is like your primary nutritional key, slowing down your breathing rate. You can change your gut bacteria, you change your nutrient depletion, and you can put your body into a place of rest. Your stomach acid can recover and break down anything that you put in your body. Of course, I'm biased on animal-based proteins. But going back to this story with this guy that I found yesterday, he was saying, I don't know how we started to talk about Alzheimer's dementia. I don't really know how. And he brought it up, and he was telling me, he was like, there's only one leading cure at the forefront of Alzheimer's dementia. So I was curious about, what he was going to say. And he's like, it's this milkshake that you drink every day. And I was like, well, what's in the milkshake, And he was like, well, they have it's like a lot of extra virgin olive oil, and they also have some coconut oil, some medium chain, some MCTs. And so, I'm just curious. I just like to hear what people say. I just want to tell you, if you're in a place of fear, you will always reach for what people are trying to sell you off the bat. This milkshake is going to cure you. If you drink it every day, you'll be fine. You are a spiritual creature. You have a spiritual metabolism. There is nothing, you cannot muscle your way through the stillness. There is nothing that you could put in your body that is going to help you sit still and go through this energy of acceptance of chaos that's in your body, or of stillness. Like, you must sit down and be still. People will always try to sell you things, vitamins, minerals, milkshakes, all of it. It sounds so good, and when you're afraid, you'll buy it. You'll spend all your money, all the money in the world, you'll spend it on your health. But joy has no cost. Your health has no cost. If you go out into the sun, that's one of the best anti-Alzheimer's medications that there is. But nobody can sell you that. I can't sell you on the sunlight. How can I sell you on that? You know, your food, those medium chain fats, MCT oil, coconut oil, these healthy fats. Where do you find these healthy fats? For me, ground beef and eggs. Animal-based proteins have all of our essential amino acids, and then they also include our fatty acids. So yeah, it can be helpful to supplement sometimes, but what is the root cause of why you feel so fatigued, why you feel tired, why you think you don't have everything? You already have everything inside of you, you know? In the meditation practice, sometimes the world will find a way. I talked about sacred depletion, which is sacred dehydration, high inflammation, high cortisol, autoimmune symptoms, sacred depletion. The world, your soul sometimes will slow you down just to get you to sit still. To sit still and to have this communication, this conversation with your body, you know. Why am I so tense? What are the thoughts that are coming up in my head? Why do I feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be? Where do I feel like I need to be? Instead of right here in this present moment, relaxed, with no tension in the body, dissolved into the quantum field, receiving all of the healing and the nurturing that is always present around you. Your joy has no cost. So anyway, I love meeting people who are in the health space, and I did bring up to that guy, I was like, oh, is that from Dr. Mary Newport's work? Are you familiar with her work? And he didn't talk much about it. He talked a little bit about he mentioned, her husband. Go to the root cause. If you're looking at a supplement, go to the roots of what's in here. How can this help me? What in this supplement, in this vitamin, if I'm looking at these vitamins, I'll hear about creatine. Then I Google. The internet's amazing. Creatine biochemistry. Where is creatine found in its highest bioavailable form? Biotin. Where is biotin found in its high bioavailable form? Slap the word biochemistry on the end of it. Let yourself be let some papers be brought up, and sit down and read the abstract if you can. If you might not understand, I would go through, when I first started trying to read like biochemistry papers, and even still now, I don't know what some of the words are. Like at Course in Miracles, some of the words I'm like, what are these words? But it doesn't matter. You're just trying to pick up context. So I'm going to read the entire thing all the way through. I'm not going to stop just because I don't understand something. I'm going to keep reading. And then if I need to go further, let me Google something further from this word that I don't understand, By far the most powerful impact that you'll have is where you're putting your body in its environment. So my exposure to light my meditation is primary to nutrition. My exposure to light is almost primary to nutrition. My sleep, when I'm going to sleep, if I'm going to sleep in the darkness, if I'm going to nurture my light, I need to nurture the dark phases of the night. I need to nurture my melatonin if I'm going to be more insulin sensitive the next day. It's just the yin and yang, the on and off switches, and it's super important that we hit these switches daily. Circadian rhythm is like a switch, so I'm going to leave this here. I do love you so much. I hope that you gained something of value here. If you know someone who's struggling from mental health, if you have members in your family who are kind of older, who are interested in health, we typically don't become interested in health until we become older or through some form of illness. So if you have members in your family who are interested, who struggle with diabetes or anything like that, you can send this to them. I try to read this quote often. May you always be blessed with the clarity to know what is and what isn't meant for you. Our intuition is hindsight, is telling us yes or no all the time. Whether we have tension in the body, that's a no. If we feel relaxed and a full yes, that's a yes. If you feel confused by something, by a vitamin, a supplement, or by an invitation from someone, the confusion is no. And the intuition is backed by what I believe the immune system. So, immune system, we have the highest autoimmune rates we've ever had. Cancer is about to surpass heart disease, which is a function. Cancer is a function of the immune system. The immune system's always just going around and surveilling, keeping us safe. So the immune system is starving at the cellular level currently because our stress response is so high. And this is from a multitude of things from the environment. A lot of that is technology itself. But feed your body dense foods. Go for the foods that are going to be highest in the return. For me, again, I'm very simple. I eat a lot of ground beef and eggs. I love those items because they contain all of the amino and fatty acids that we call essential, which means we must obtain them through diet. And two birdies with one stone, and amino acids and fatty acids. Both of those are really important. We call them essential because they are. So feed your body densely, if not anything but your breakfast. You want to start your biochemical cascade every single day. You have a cascade that's going down. So if I start early in the day, I can ride the wave, you know. But if you don't start early, you're going to always feel behind, and it's hard to catch up. Once you feel like you're behind, it's hard to catch up. So start early. And if you happen to only eat that animal-based fatty acid meal in the morning, and maybe you only eat cheesecake for the rest of the day, at least I fed and hydrated my body early. You know, if everything goes to shit at the end of the day, at least I had a good start, you know. And so I might make it pretty good throughout the day. That's how I started to do this for myself. So anyway, I'm going to leave this here. I love you so much. You were so beautiful and intelligent. And I wish you the best of luck.